Welcome to my coven, crafty friends. Today I'm sharing with you an outgoing swap hosted by Lacy, the cheeky bum, and it is a witch themed swap called Witch Please. And we were to create a layered memory dex card, a sequin mix, a beaded item, and 4 sets of embellishments, and all to be packaged in a witchy way. So right here in front of you, I'm sharing what I'm sending Lacy. I did not make 2 swaps this time, a little compressed these days, but I absolutely wanted to use the new Prima Bewitched collection for this, and I've been waiting patiently for it, and it came just in the nick of time. If you want to see what that collection looks like, I do have a reveal video. I will link it in the description box below. So I made Lacy some different items. For one, I made this sweet felted banner or garland for her craft room, and you know, she's welcome to take it apart if she prefers to do something different with the felted shapes. But I found an Etsy seller, and I will link her in the description box below, and I bought some felted wool shapes, and I had these pom-poms in my stash and created a little banner for her. So this, I just thought this was really cute. It's a 3D felted wool witch's hat. This seller also makes a cauldron. I did not put it on the banner. It's just so sweet. I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it is the cutest thing I ever saw in my life. And these are really not expensive, but you know, I think a set of 2 for $4 or $5 or something. So anyway, I created this cute little banner for her. So this is going to be one of the items that I'm going to gift to the hostess. Very simple. You just take a needle and either embroidery thread. I used this like fuzzy yarn, like a teddy bear yarn, and just went right through the middle of these. It goes through remarkably easy, and they do have a tendency to move a little bit if you pull on them, but for the most part, they're going to stay where they are. I didn't have to knot them or anything. So this went together really quick. So that's one of the items I'm gifting Lacy. I know Lacy is not a sewer, and I did whip out my sewing machine this week, and I didn't get to finish this, but I'm going to share it with you. I did make her a sewn a bucket, I guess you'd call it, like, like a craft bucket. She can store some of her Halloween crafty items in it, or whatever she likes. So I have to finish stitching on the pom-pom. I was having some trouble, and I figured out what I need to do. But anyway, just thought this turned out really cute. I loved this paper, this fabric. It kind of matches what I've got going on in my swap here. And inside I'm going to put that banner and a few other things that I made for her. So I did this week also grab from Amazon the KS Craft Cauldron, 3D Cauldron cutting die, and I thought it was going to be really hard to put together, but came together really quick, and I'm super happy with it. I do wish I had used a patterned paper, but in retrospect, it's probably better I didn't, because then Lacy can do whatever she wants with this. She can decorate it in any way she likes. I did just trim the top with some pom-pom trim and a little bow I made. I had thought I was going to embellish the front, like with this rosette and this word sentiment from Scrap Diva, but I decided against it. Again, I think I just want to make this user-friendly. These handles do not come with the cutting die. I just cut a strip of paper, literally, and just hot glued it on there. So that's how that turned out. And inside I have something else I'm going to gift her. This one of my handmade tassels that I love to make with the embroidery thread. I think this turned out really cute. It's very pretty. These beads I obtained from Tiffany here on YouTube. She does a lot of D-stash. I will also link her in the description box below so that you can check out what she has for sale. She has a lot of really fun beads. So I am gifting Lacy one of my tassels in this, and I'm gonna stick the reason I made this tote was because I was trying to think of a way to keep this from getting crushed in mail. So I'll probably have to bubble wrap that, and then I'll put my thing in there. And I have a couple of other little things for her, but yeah. Oh, and I did make her a tag from the tag set. And these are pre-made tags. It comes in at like a tag book from Prima, and it's a little bit on the thin side. Normally I would back this with some 110 cardstock, but I just love the pattern on the back and couldn't find myself to cover it up. I did stitch around it, and then just put, you know, a little embellishments on there and some ribbon. I'll put the name of her swap on here, and that's going to be for Lacy once I finish it. As for my swap recipient, I did go ahead and I'm going to gift her, or him, whatever, and this cat jelly tote. I think it's from Walmart or Target. I had gotten some ghosts and cats last year, and I just thought the black cat was appropriate. I made this really fun tassel for the front of it. Again, using that felt shape, and some felt balls and a bead. I just think that turned out really cute. This is actually a bow that I did not make. This is from Ebony, the Rosette Guru, whom I also get a lot of really great beads and acrylic pieces from. So this is going to adorn the front of this jelly bag. And I made a tag with the name of the swap on the front, which please, I didn't make this tag. This is one more of the tags that are in the tag flip. I just embellished it, stitched around, and I put my maker's mark on the back. I will put the information about the swap on there too when I have a minute. And then inside here, I have everything, well, not everything, almost everything that's required for this swap. Okay, so funny story. I went to film this video and I looked at the requirements to refresh my memory, and it's a good thing I do that because I totally forgot about the memory dex card, just full disclosure. So I have to quick whip out some memory dex cards, one for Lacy and one for the swap recipient. And I also forgot about the sequin mix, but fortunately I have some left over, and I stuck it in this little vial that says witches brooms, and stuck, I don't know why, a tag that says drink me. Maybe I'll change that to something different, and put this little eyeball on the top. So that's how I'm gifting my sequin mix. And the whole, most of the rest of the swap is in this. I made this box just freehand. It's a 6" by 6" by 1.5 inch high box with an acetate lid and a belly band. So let me show the belly band first. So the belly band I just created with a strip of paper that I cut the edges with a scallop punch, and then I made the Scrap Diva sunflower in vellum and purple cardstock. I fussy cut this witch out of one of the pieces of paper in the Bewitched by Prima paper collection that I used for this swap, and then I just layered up some of the ephemera and another little flower. There's some thread there, and there is also a spider web back there. I put a little purple nail embellishment bow on her hat, and I think that turned out pretty cute. So this is a sentiment strip from the collection as well. So that's what's going to hold the lid. I'll stick her right there on the box. And I used the Prima acetate. I don't know what collection this went to. It may have been Magic Spell. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. And like I said, I just created this box myself, and then, you know, cut some sides and stitched it. And then this is my acetate lid. I do have a tutorial for how I did that. I will link that down below. I like to make the lid just 1/4 of an inch higher than the sides of the box, so it looks really cool and it's easy to remove and put back on. So there's no glue or anything holding this top together. It's just really good, high quality acetate. This doesn't work great with flimsy acetate. You have to use this really thick stuff. And then literally the sides just tuck in, and then you have the most sturdy, adorable gift box. So I just love, I was hoping everything would fit in here, but as usual, nothing ever goes my way in that respect. So as I said, the requirements were 4 sets of embellishments. They were specific. So you had to have a set of embellishments as witch hats. And I did make these. I don't think I'm going to open this. It's not the greatest bag, but I put them on a backer. So I made 4. I set is 2, evidently. Somebody did ask. I did make this cute little clip, the witch hat. And to put on there, I didn't want to make a bag topper because then it wouldn't fit in my box. So I made 4 of these KS Craft witch bow hats. I made 2 without the bows and 2 with the bows. I just had a lot of fun, like using some of the flowers from the Prima collection. I tucked a little kitty in there and a spooky branch. These are popped up on foam and really sturdy, so whoever receives this can just pop these on a project. I used this fun lace paper back there that is not part of the collection, but I just thought it looked really cool. So that's my set of witch hat embellishments. Put that right there. I made a little bonus, but I think I'm going to make my memory dex card out of them. I had just received these from KS Craft. Well, I had purchased them, I think, on Amazon. It comes in 2 sizes, large and small. I used the large, and I created some really cool witch shoes in the colors of the collection. But I think I'm going to make a memory dex card out of it. So let me show you how my mind works. When I discovered I forgot the memory dex card, I just real quick cut out the memory dex bottom. I have a die for this. I don't know who makes it. And a shape out of this acetate. And I think what I'll do is stitch that on there and cut a piece of the spider web. This cutting die is from the, I think it's a cat mini album from KS Craft. And I think I'm going to put one of these shoes on here maybe. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I'll probably go down this road. Maybe I'll stick a rosette behind it too, or make a broom, because I do have a little piece of a broom bottom, and I have a straw that matches. So then I can have a, you know, like a little witchy wardrobe memory dex completely from scratch. And then just put my maker's mark on the back so that it is behind something and you can't see it. So that's what I'm thinking. That will probably be my memory dex card. So anyway, I thought I was going to gift 2 of these, but I'll probably use them for my memory dex cards now. So that's that. Next, we had to make a set of embellishments for brooms. So I thought, I'm trying to be really creative with my packaging. My brooms are in this candy bar gift box. That's by KS Craft. I think it came out like last month or the month before. And I used some of the papers from the collection. This didn't fit on the front, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I put it on the side. Broomstick ride. I popped this piece of ephemera, the witch on the broom, up on some foam squares, and stuck this little lace bow on the top. And inside, I've made, oh, you know what? I could probably use one of these on my memory dex card. Yeah, that might be fun, right? Like a 3-dimensional broom. All right, well, we will see. I made 4 of these brooms. I just got this cutting die off of Amazon as well. I don't know why I never had it in my life. It's so cute. It has 4 different styles, which is why I'm including 4. We only need to include 2. But I felt like I had to do, for. So it's so easy. It's like making a paper tassel, and you just use your quilling tool and roll this up and fluff it a little bit. I found the thinner cardstock works better. And I only did it once. I could have made it fluffier and done it twice, or maybe even stuck some tulle or something in there. But I'm leaving them kind of plain. I know I would love to stick a dangle on here and a bow. Maybe even like put one of those little kitty cats in there or something. And I still might, but I don't think then I'd be able to gift them the way I am gifting them. So, so I made 4 of those. This one has like a little bit of a bronzy, shiny cardstock. This one I used glitter for the staff or the stick part, and I used this fun piece of ribbon that's got this holographic polka dot on it. Love that one. And then this one I used a piece of the patterned paper from the collection, and that like bronze colored glitter, and wrapped a little piece of holographic ribbon around it. So I love how those brooms turned out. They're so stinking cute. And again, I love the way I'm gifting them. I had made this sentiment thinking I would put this on the front. If the broom fits, fly it. This was from KS Craft. Halloween 2025 words. But I didn't like the way it looked. It was too big. So I love the way I'm gifting these. This looks great. I put a little dangle on the side. So that's the second set of embellishments. The third set, I don't know. I don't love how this turned out, but the third set had to be potion bottles or poison bottles, elixirs, whatever. So a set. I made a little tiny mini album from the KS Craft, I think it's called Jam Jar shaker, and I made it a shaker, and I put one of the labels from the collection. There's a whole page of these labels that you can fussy cut out in the Prima Bewitched collection. So I thought that was perfect. I stuck that with a little vellum ghosty and a flower and this little skull clay piece as the bow center. I put another one of those labels on the back. And I forgot to add a ribbon before I stuck on. I do that a lot. I get hasty and forget. But so that doesn't have a closure, and I'm a little annoyed, but it's okay. I'm going to let it go. So inside, I made a little pocket inside the front page. I used the word potions from the chipboard pieces in the collection. And then I'm gifting some of these potion bottle labels in that pocket. So those are potions. And then here's my first, well, really, this is an embellishment as well, I guess. You could just cut it off if you didn't want this little album. Here's my first shaker. I left them kind of plain. I didn't put sentiments on them or anything like, too over the top, thinking, if you wanted to change the bow out, whatever you could. So that's my first one. And it's just put on there with some temporary glue dots. I made the smaller version of the potion bottle in a shaker as well, and used one of the labels as a tag. This was from the 6x6 paper pad. And again, left it kind of plain. And then I made one that was not a shaker, and just thought that would be cute. Made the smaller version non-shaker as well. And then I made a little paper clip embellishment, which I'm not going to take off right now, with one of the labels as well. So you're getting quite a few here. And I put a little dangle on the paper clip embellishment, and it looks good hanging off the side here. So that's how I'm gifting my potion bottle embellishments. As an extra, I'm also gifting one of my tassels, embroidery tassels, all in the colors of the collection. And that's just going to be in the bottom of the box. So that's 3 sets of embellishments. I have 1 more to go, and it did not fit in the box, so it is. I decided to make the smaller version of the KS Craft cauldron because the 4th set needed to be cauldrons. So I got both the large and the small size 3D cauldron cutting die set from Amazon, and so cute. It's literally just 7 pieces and the bottom. And you just have to cut this piece 7 times and then glue it together. It's, you know, it takes some time, don't get me wrong, but it couldn't be easier. And again, I regret not using patterned paper, but with that being said, maybe that makes this more reusable for the recipient, that it's not in the patterned paper. You could take this bow off carefully and put something different there. I did make these handles myself. As I said, that doesn't come as part of the die. It's literally 2 things. It's this piece and the bottom piece. And that's it. So inside I'm gifting my cauldrons and my beaded item because I just thought it looked cute in there. So I made 2 of the KS Craft small cauldron shakers in the colors of the collection, and I'm leaving them somewhat plain. I did jazz them up with some gems and some like holographic like little gemmies for the bubbles, and gave them both some vellum, you know, smoke. I love the way these turned out. These are super cute. And again, whoever receives these, they can just embellish them further if they choose. And so that's the inside. This is kind of sturdy. I didn't have 110. This is 80-pound black cardstock, and it's pretty sturdy. So I'm like totally obsessed with it. So this is really an embellishment in and of itself. And then you're going to get those 2 other cauldrons. And this is my beaded item. Again, I'm not a, you know, I don't do the beaded items really well, but I made one. So I had to order these like keychain, beaded keychain blanks off of Temu or AliExpress or something, and I used some of those beautiful beads that I've obtained for this part, and then just put some fun things in the colors of the collection on here, anchored by this little pink pumpkin. So that's everything I created. I hope you guys like what I made. Please be sure to go over and check out Lacy's channel for all of the swap reveals. It's bound to be really inspiring. So thanks for hanging in till the end, and until the next time, have a crafty day.